Welcome back to In Her Rubber Boots. My name is Katrina, and today I want to share with you how I am stocking my pantry, just in case, and what I'm putting in it, and what I think are the necessary items to have in the house. So I don't think I have to tell you what it's been like the last few months. You guys know it's been kind of crazy with the virus, and for some of us, when we've gone to the grocery store, there hasn't been the things that we were looking for, or the shelves have been bare at some point, or maybe you haven't been able to shop at all for, extended periods of time. And I think for a lot of us, it was kind of a wake-up call of, wow, I should probably have more of a stockpile or a better pantry in the house just in case. So I know for some of us that meant that maybe we went a little crazy and already bought a bunch of stuff just sort of as a response to what was going on. I am trying to create a pantry that is less of just a knee-jerk response and more of a lifestyle of having always extra food in the house, so that I never have to be worried about what the future might hold. Even if I can't go to the grocery store for a month or two, that I don't need to stress about it. So I started off by heading to the grocery store and buying some extra things. I also have been trying to buy things just as they come on sale, so that way I am not buying all of the extra things at full price and stockpiling slowly versus just going crazy and buying, a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. We are going shopping. I'm hoping to stock up a little. This grocery store that I'm going to is not the cheapest, so I'm probably not going to go super crazy, but my mom does also get some groceries for me every week, which is amazing. So whatever's on sale at those stores, I won't pick up here. I will ask her to get. I'm going to start with the refrigerated frozen stuff because I really got to get that into the freezer. So I got mixed berries, 3 packages of meat. It was buy 2 get 1 free, and 2 packages of sausages. I then got applesauce. This is for Levi. Egg noodles, just to switch things up a little. Again, a good pantry item, but just something different. This is not really a pantry item. This is just some bread for lunch. This is, again, cheap pantry item just to switch it up a little if I want to do some, Chinese kind of style food. We've got those to throw in the pantry. Now, here's where I went a little crazy. The Christie crackers and cookies were on sale for $1.88. Now, they used to go on a lot cheaper than that, but right now $1.88 is pretty good, so I stocked up on those. So I got these crackers, Ritz crackers, golden Oreos, digestive cookies. I couldn't find many of those, so I just got the one. Wheat thins, Oreo thins. This was not the same deal, but I thought we could try them out, as I think they were $1. Some really healthy options here. They had lots of the peanut butter ones, so I got 3 boxes of those, and then Triscuits just in different flavors. So I got 4 boxes of the Triscuits. I got pudding and pie filling. Nutella was on sale. This roti is pretty much the same as tortillas, except much cheaper in a bigger pack. So I'm just going to throw that in the freezer. So that's something that we can have just on hand. So yeah, there's 15 in there, so that goes a long ways. Rice Krispies. My husband likes these water crackers, so I picked up some of those. Pineapples. This is mostly for making pizzas. 2 of those. Breadcrumbs. Nice large container. Pringles, just for a treat. Again, another pantry item. Some Coffee Mate. This will be another pantry item. Paper towel. Again, pantry. And coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but my husband is. We don't want to be running out of coffee, so that definitely is a needed staple in the pantry. got diapers size 3 for Henry. He's not in them yet, but he will be in a few weeks. And size 6 for Levi. He is pretty potty trained, but this is for at night. And considering my channel name, I like myself a good pair of rubber boots. And part of the reason for that is because we have at least 6 months of the year that is extremely muddy down here because we don't really have a path and you just walk through the mud to get to the trailer. And so these here, I needed a new pair and they were on clearance for $7, regularly $30. So can't go wrong with those. They'll really just be for around the farm. But who am I kidding? We're not going anywhere anyways, so I will probably be living in these this fall. I then created a pantry space in my back room. This is kind of like my storage room. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like an unheated area of our trailer, and it's really one of the only spaces I have to store stuff. So I got this new shelf, which I am super happy with, and then I started organizing everything. Alright guys, it is time to try and tackle this back room. I'll be really happy when it's organized, but it's really messy right now and it's kind of tight in there. And I'm hoping there's enough light that you can see what I am doing. I made myself a cup of tea, so I'll have some caffeine. Let's do this. Whew, it's about as messy as I remember. No, there's a little more light. So we've got stuff on the floor. Stuff down the hall that I haven't even brought down here. I'll try and show you. So that one there has already got stuff on it, but it's not organized. This cabinet is empty. So this is actually a new cabinet that I got, and it's definitely perfect for pantry items. It's got nice strong shelves, and so I'm hoping that between this and the other shelf that I can fit at least 2, if not 3 months worth of pantry items that won't go off, and then combined with the freezer items and a few other items in my kitchen, I could go a couple months without grocery shopping. So I'm sorry if you can't see well in here, but there's just not much I can do light-wise. The one thing I'm having for troubles with this cabinet behind me is that the shelves are not super far apart, and that's okay for like small cans, but for things like peanut butter and ketchup and mayo and that sort of thing, they don't fit on most of the shelves. So I have enough stuff that I'll fill it regardless, but I'm not being able to organize it quite the way that I had planned, at least in my head. I wanted to make sure that when I put things in the pantry, I wasn't just putting in a whole bunch of cans of beans and canned tomatoes and tuna and stuff, but that I actually was purchasing items that we normally would buy and that would be items that I could make meals with and that we would want to eat, and I wouldn't just be stuck with a whole bunch of stuff that I stockpiled on but don't even like. So items that I feel like are a good idea to have in your pantry would be meal ingredients. So if you know that you already have, say, a lot of meat in your freezer, then try to get the things that go with that. So maybe that means you're going to buy pasta and pasta sauce and canned vegetables, or maybe you like more Mexican style foods and you've got ground meat in the house and you've got tacos or chips or that sort of thing. Maybe you want to buy more of taco seasoning and salsa and black beans and canned corn. Try to buy stuff so that you can make meals out of it and that it's things that your family enjoys eating. It's also a great idea to have baking ingredients in the house, but don't go too crazy if you don't normally bake, because you're probably not going to bake even then. So if you normally use, say, cake mix, then buy cake mix boxes, or, buy the ingredients for the things that you normally make. Now, depending on what you're thinking might happen and why you have a pantry, to me, I don't have to have everything just stored in the back room. I'm happy to also stockpile in my freezer. And so if you're able to do that, that is ideal. Or, canning things. For me, I grew a bigger garden this year. Not totally just because of the virus. I was planting a bigger garden anyways. I'm trying to be more self-sufficient. But if you can grow more food and then also preserve that food, that's ideal. But even if you can't, buying items that are in season in the store and then still preserving or freezing them is still a great way to fill your freezer or your shelves without having to spend a lot of money, and also have healthier options in the house. So for me in the freezer, I want to make sure I have extra meat. I want to have things that we like to eat, so say fries, frozen pizzas, pierogies, that kind of thing. But I also have filled my freezer with a lot of items from the garden. So I've frozen beans and kale and spinach and tomatoes and zucchini. Like, I've tried to really fill up on those things. So that way, if I were to not be able to go to the store for a while, we would still have fresh produce in the house that I could cook with. It's obviously not quite as nice as buying it fresh in the store, but especially if it's not in season at that time, it's ideal if I can make still, say, rice, meat, and green beans without having to go to the store, and it still kind of feels like a proper healthy meal. Of course, if you are trying to stock up on things so that you don't have to go to the store, there's a lot more to stock up on than just actual food items. So some of those things would be hygiene-related items, so try to have extra soap, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes. All of those kinds of things are definitely items you want to have extra of in the house. You also want to have enough stuff for doing laundry, so make sure you've got extra laundry detergent. You want to make sure you've got dish soap or stuff for your dishwasher. Cleaning products. I think we already know the world went crazy over cleaning products, but you definitely want to have cleaning products in the house. You also want to have, dare I say it, paper towel and toilet paper. Do leave some for some other people, but if you can buy it now when the shelves are full rather than trying to buy it when everyone else is going crazy, it's nice to know you already have that in the house. Also, if you have pets, it's a good idea to have extra food or litter, shavings, whatever you use for those animals in the house. It's also a great idea to have extra prescriptions as well as, say, Advil, Tylenol, whatever cold medicine or things that you tend to use during, flu season. That kind of stuff is great to already have in the house. Of course, if you have small babies or toddlers, you're going to need a whole bunch of other stuff, but definitely want to be stocked up on diapers and formula and baby food or any other necessities that you find yourself using on a regular basis with small children. I personally also like to have the next size or sizes of clothing for my kids. They grow really fast, and before you know it, they need all sorts of things, and you're ending up having to go to the store. I also don't like to always buy that stuff online, or it's more expensive to buy online. So I like to have the next, not just size, I like to have multiple sizes, but I start buying the next size and then kind of keep adding to it. And I find that that really helps. Then I don't have to go to the store when they are out of a size. I just pull out the next bin of stuff. So I definitely encourage that, especially if it means you can buy the items either on sale, clearance, or maybe even thrift those items. Now, I will say, make sure you don't just stockpile a bunch of stuff, leave it in your back room, and then never look at it again, and then 6 months from now you realize it's all expired or not good. You do want to be rotating and shopping your supply. So as you buy stuff, put those items in the back and use the items that are in the front, and try to make sure that you're shopping it like you would your shelves normally. Is just an extension of what you would have in your kitchen. Also, if you feel like you don't have a place to keep those items, get creative. I have been known to do a lot of very creative things. I have to. I live in a small trailer that is not set up for any storage. We don't have closets. I don't have a lot of good cupboard space, but I'm just making it work. So if you have to buy a cupboard, you can do that. You can put stuff in boxes. I've put a box of food behind the couch before because I didn't have a spot and I wanted to make sure I had extra in the house. Just do, whatever you have to find a spot. You can put it under the bed. You can put it in a dresser. As long as it's not food that's going to go bad in a certain spot, at least your extra dry goods can go in places like that. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you are a subscriber and you watch my videos, thank you so much. It means so much to me. and I am so glad to be able to share my life with you. If you haven't introduced yourself before and you're watching my channel, I would love it if you would leave that in the comments below so I can get to know the people who are watching these videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!